Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So till now we have completed this page header content. Now from this video we will be start working on this particular page content for all the pages. Alright, so first we will be starting with this about me page. Let's first create this job profile and this personal information. So for that what I have done, you can see that I've created one simple array of objects for this personal details and also this job summary. Alright, now let's start creating the JSX. So first thing what we have to do, we have to take some div here, and this will be basically our main page wrapper. Alright, so here I'll give a class name. So let's give a class name of about content, and then here basically we will be taking one h3. And if I just go to the final version, you'll see that we have this particular front end developer. So let's take the same text, and after that what we have to do, basically we have to just render this particular job summary. So I'll take one paragraph here, and here we just have to pass this job summary. That's it. Let's save this and let's see what we are getting. So if I just go there, and you can see that we are now getting the content. This is fine. Now next thing what we have to do, we have to, if I just go to the final version, you'll see that we have this particular animation. So once I'll go to this home page, and again I'll come back to about me page, and let's go to this about me page, and you'll see that this is coming from the left side. And while working on this particular home page, we have already done the same thing. You can see that this button is coming from the bottom. So for that we have used that package. So the same thing we will be using for this one also. So let's import that. So first I'll do import animate from React simple animate, and let's go to the home page, and here I'll just copy this code here, and then let's paste it here, and then we just have to close this one. So this will be animate, and what is the property we want to give, because that is happening from the x-axis. So I'll just give here translate x, and let's give this one as, for example, minus 900 px, and it will be ending in this particular translate x at 0 px. Now if I now save this, and let's see what we are getting. So if I just refresh this page, and you'll see that now this animation is happening. So if you notice carefully, you'll see that this animation is coming from the left side, and now this is getting resetted at 0 px. And that's all about this particular section. Now next thing what we have to do, basically we have to take another h3. So I'll take here another h3, and this will be our personal information. And here basically we will be taking that UL, because we have to render the personal details, and for that we will be using this particular array of objects. So here we have to just map it. So this will be personal details dot map item comma index, and it will return li, and let's give a key. So I'll just give a key of this index, and here we will be returning basically to span. And here basically first thing we will be rendering item dot label, you can see that, and the second one I'll just copy this, and this will be item dot value. That's it. Let's give a class name here. So I'll give a class name of title, and here I'll give a class name of value, and I think that's it. Now the same thing we have to do for this one also. So here I'll just copy the same thing, and let's paste it here, and now we just have to close this part. So this will be animate. Now instead of minus 900, let's do this one as 500. Let's save this and let's see what we are getting. So if I just refresh this page, and you'll see that this animation is now happening. All right, so that is all about the JSX structure we need for this particular section. Now we have to start working on the CSS part. So first what we have to do, basically we just have to import style.scss. Alright, so we have now imported this style.scss. Now next thing what we have to do, let's go back and let's check. So you'll see that we have these two sections, right? So this is, for example, personal content section, and this is the services wrapper. So what we can do, basically we can take or basically divide this particular content into two sections. So we'll take two div here. So we'll take another one, and let's give a class name here. So I'll just give a class name of about content, and this one I'll take it as personal wrapper, and let's copy this and let's give a class name here. So I'll give here, for example, services wrapper. That's it. Now what we can do, basically we can just copy paste this thing inside that personal wrapper. Alright, now we are basically divided into two sections. Now here I'll just give here services wrapper. Let's save this, and now let's see what we are getting. And if I just go back, you'll see that now we are getting the services wrapper here. So what you have to do, you have to make this content as display flex. So first we will be targeting this about class. So this will be dot about, and here basically we have to target this particular content, and then inside that we have to target this personal wrapper. So first we will be targeting this content wrapper. So this will be content, and the first thing we have to take display as flex. Gap will be 20 px, then we'll take padding as 20 px, and we'll take width as 100%. Let's save this, and I can see that this services wrapper coming here, and this is now display flex. Now next thing what you have to do, you have to target this personal wrapper and the services wrapper. So I'll just copy this, and we have to target inside of this because that content, that class is inside this content class. So this will be and personal wrapper, and this will be and services wrapper. Now here first thing we will be taking width as 50%, and let's save this and let's see. Now this is coming fine. Now next thing what you have to do, basically we have to target the h3 inside of this personal wrapper. So you can see that we have this h3 here. So what we can do, basically we can just take this personal wrapper. So I'll just copy this, and here basically inside of this we have to target the h3. So the first thing we will be taking some margin bottom of 10 px. Let's take font size as 2.5 rem, font weight as 700, and also we'll take some color. So color, obviously we will be taking the main color that we are using. So I'll just copy that, yeah, this one. So let's copy this part and let's paste it here, and let's save and check what we are getting. Alright, now this is fine. This is targeting both the h3. And now next thing what you have to do, you'll see that if I just go back, there is some gap between these two. So we can target this personal information, and for that what we can do, we can give some class name here. So if I just come here, we can explicitly give some class name, and let's give this one as, for example, personal information header text, and let's copy this. And now what we have to do, basically here we have to target this h3 dot personal information header text. Now what this will do, basically you'll see that if I just hover, it will target this h3 with this particular class name. All right, so now what we can do, we can just give here, for example, padding top as 20 px, and I think this is fine. Let's check, and this is fine. You can see that now we are getting the padding. Now next thing what we have to do, we have to target the paragraph because we have that particular job profile. So I will target paragraph p here because we have, I think, the paragraph for that particular thing. You can see that this is the p tag. So the first thing we will be taking the color, and for color we have to use this particular class, which is, I think, white. So this will be the subtext color. So I'll just copy this and let's paste it here. That's it. Now next thing what you have to do, we'll give some font size as 1.6, or let's take it as, for example, 1.8 rem, and now we will be taking some line height as 1.65, and we'll take some padding bottom as 20 px, and we'll take some border bottom as 1 px. This will be dashed, and the color will be the main color. That's it. Now let's save this and let's check. All right, now this is fine. This is looking nice. Now next thing we have to target this evil and allied class. So for that, what we can do basically, we can just directly target the evil and ally because I think we have given that particular element. So what we have to do here after this, we'll take here evil and we can target the ally. All right. Now the first thing we will be doing, will give some line height of 1 rem. Then let's give a margin bottom of 15 px. Then I think this is fine. Then I think we have given some class name of title and value. So what we can do, we can target here is span dot title comma span dot value, and here we'll give this particular thing. First let's give a font size of 18 px, and then we'll take some font weight of 700, letter spacing 0.5 px. We'll take some border bottom, this will be 2 px solid, and the color will be main color. And after that we'll take some position, this will be relative, display will be obviously inline block, and also we'll take some margin right as 16 px, padding bottom will take 1 px. And what we have to do, we also have to take the color, and color we have to take the white color. So white color means we have to take this subtext color variable. All right, let's save this and let's see what is happening. All right, something is breaking, so let's check. All right, so this will be px not pc, so let's save this. All right, now this is fine. Now next thing what you have to do, I think let's do one thing. We have to remove this border, I think, from this particular value. So for that, what we can do, so if I just go back, and we can just directly target this span dot value class, and we can just give here border will be none, and that will be fine. Let's save this, and now border is not coming, and I think this is fine. All right, now here you can see that I have given some dummy value, so obviously you can change this one by your own, and also from styling perspective, if you want to make some style changes, that also you can do. Now let's do one thing, let's keep some space here. I think this is also so what we can give here, for example, we can give the padding bottom as 5 px for this particular title, and I think this looks nice. So let's make that padding as 5 px instead of 1 px. Let's save this and let's check. Yeah, I think now this is fine. So I think that's all about this particular about me section. So now we have to work on this particular circle, so let's start working on that one also. So for that, first we have to create the structure. So the first thing is that you will see that here basically we're given some icons, and after that what we have to do, we have to just create this circle, which is very easy to do, and based on that we just have to create some keyframes. That's it. So for that we have to target this services wrapper, and here first thing we just have to import all the icons. So I'll just import all the icons. So the first icon we need, and that is, see, the one thing is very important is that I've given some arbitrary icons. So what you can do, because you also will be installing the same package, so based on your convenience or basically your job profile, you can give the icons from that particular React icons package. All right, so the first thing we need, and that is import something from React icons, and the package name will be di, and the icon name is di apple. So this is the first one. The second one we need, so I'll just copy this and let's paste it here, and the package name will be fa means font awesome, and the icon name will be fa div. All right, now let's copy this one, and I think there is another one we can import from here also, and that is fa database, and from here we can import di Android. Yeah, I think this is the 4 icons I think we have. Let's check once. Yes. So now what we have to do, we have to start creating the structure, and how we can do that. So this is very simple. We'll take here 4 divs because we have 4 icons. So I'll just copy paste it 4 times. That's it. Now here first I will take fa div, and in this icon basically what we can give the color, and for color what we will be using, that yellow color, and that is basically this particular main color that we are using for this application. So this is the first thing. And next thing what you can give here, basically we can give a size property that we already discussed. So size, I will give this one as 60. All right, now let's copy this and let's paste it 4 times, and let's make this one as DI Android, this one I'll make as FA database, and this one make DI Apple. That's it. So now this is fine. Now let's do one thing. Let's create another div here. So I'll tell you why. So I'll just give a class name here. So let's copy this class, and this one I'll give as inner content. All right. And now whatever we have written, these 4 icons, I'll just cut it and I'll paste it here. That's it. Now let's format this and let's see what we are getting. So if I just go back, and you'll see that now we are getting the 4 icons. So now basically we have to start working on the CSS part, and for that the first thing what we have to do, we just have to target this main services wrapper class. So let's copy this, and I think here we can use, yeah, so this will be and services wrapper, and the first thing, so this will be wrapper, sorry, and the first thing what we have to target, we have to target that inner content we have just created. So this will be inner content, and if I just hover, you'll see that it will target this services wrapper inner content. So the first thing what we will be doing here, we'll give a width of 350 px, height of 350 px, and we'll give a background. Now for background we have to use radial gradient. So if you don't know much about this one, you can just go to W3 Schools and you can search it. So this is very easy. So first thing is that we have to give this particular width, you can say, and then the color. So for the color, obviously we will be using this yellow theme main color. So that's it about this one. And after you will give this color, you'll give a property, and that is will give transparent, means how much transparency you need for this particular thing. So I'll give here for example 90%. So now if I just save this and let's go back and see, this is now getting created. So this is the first step. And now next thing what we will be giving here, we'll give a position of relative, and we'll give border radius as 50%, because that we have to create as a circle. And now I'll just give a border. So border will be 1.5 px solid, and the color will be obviously the main color. And I think that's it. So now let's save this and let's see what we are getting. All right, now see, this is getting created. So we just have to make this icon's position as absolute, and we just have to place it inside this circle. So let's do that. So how basically we can do that? So that is very simple. You can see that we have already 4 divs. So that is the reason I've created. So what we can do inside this inner content, we can target nth child 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that will be really easy. So here what I will give, here I'll first target div element, and this will be nth child of 1. So this is the first thing. Then we just have to do it for all the other things, and you can see that this will target the nth child of first child basically. Then we have to paste it 4 times because we have 4 icons. So this will be 4, this will be 3, and this will be 2. That's it. Now the first thing, we have to give position absolute for all of them. That is important, or else that will not work. And for this one, and also for this one. And let's check what we are getting. So if I just go back, and you'll see that all the icons are actually overlapping. So what we can do, you can just inspect here, and we can target the first one. And what we can do, we can give here basically top as, for example, let's give a minus 11%, and also we'll give some left I'll give for example 40%. Let's see, 40, 41, yeah, I think this is fine. And also in the top, I think we can give, yeah, 9% is fine. So let's copy this for the first one. So let's paste it here. So now we have to target for all the others 3 icons. So what we can do, we can target the second one. So I'll just give a right of minus 8%. So that should be on the right side. and we'll give some top of 41.5%. For third child it should be on the bottom, so we will give bottom as minus 10%, and let's give this one as, for example, 41%. And for the last child, that should be on the left side, so we'll give left as minus 8%, and let's give top as, for example, 41%, and let's save this and let's see what we are getting. So if I just go back, all right, this is coming fine. So we just have to make this one in center. So what we can do, I think we can just target this main wrapper. So we'll give here display flex, align items will be center, and we'll make the justify content as center, and I think that will be fine. All right, this is fine. Now we just have to work on this part, and that will be this particular animation. So for that we have to take the animation property. Now how we can basically do that? So here I think we already done that one while working with the home page content. So we have to give first the animation name. So I'll just give a rotation, the animation duration, for example, for 10 seconds I want to do that animation. This will be type of linear. 1 second and I want to do it for infinite times. All right, so now this rotation will be our keyframes that we have to create. Now this will be at the rate keyframes. Now we have to give the name. This will be rotation, and what we want to do, we want to do that one from 100%, and we want to do that transform, that will be rotate 360 degree. That's it. So because you'll see that we are just showing this one 360 degree infinite time rotation, so I think that will be better. All right, you can see that now this is already working fine. So if I just refresh this page now, and you'll see that now this is fine. So the only thing what you have to do, so if I just go back, and you'll see that once I'll go to this about my page, this is coming from the right side. So what we can do, basically we can just take the same animation property that we have just copied. So let me just copy this part. So I'll just copy here this one, and then what we can do, basically we can wrap that particular inner wrapper inside of that particular animation. So here I'll just paste it, and what we can do, we can target this div, and we also have to close it, and I think that's it. And we will keep the same thing, or let's make this one as 600. Let's see how this is looking. So let's save this, and now let's see what we are getting. So now refresh this page. I'll just refresh this page, and you'll see that now this is fine. So this is from the right side, and then this is start animating, and this is fine. So I think that's all about this particular about me page. Now the only thing what you have to do is just have to, if I just go to the mobile devices for this particular page, and I'll just go to mobile devices, you'll see that this is coming as a form of a column. So this we have to do, and I think this is very easy to do. What we have to do, we just have to target the media queries. So let's do that one also. So let's go back and let's write some media queries. So this will be at the rate media only screen, and then we'll target max width of 760px. That's it. First thing what you have to do is just have to make the about content, so which is the main content. So I'll just target the class, and we just have to make the flex direction as column. So this is the first thing what we have to do. And also next thing what you have to do is just have to make this one width as 100% instead of 50%. All right, so this is the second thing. So I think we can target inside of this, and I think this will be fine. And let's make this one as 100%. Let's save, and let's see what we are getting. So if I just inspect, and all right, see now this is coming as a form of a column. Now next thing what you have to do, basically if I just go to very small devices, for example 480px, and you'll see that this is looking fine, but we can do some improvement. So what we will be doing, for example, we'll target this services wrapper class. So if I just scroll up, this is the class name, so we can just target this one. So I'll just copy this, and inside this about content we just have to paste it, and then we will target, first I'll give some margin of 20px, or let's give this one as 10px, 0px, and here basically we will target that inner content, and we'll do some of the changes. So the first thing we want to do, we'll make the width as now 200 pixel instead of 350 px. Height will be 250 px, and we'll make the background also some changes. So this will be obviously radial gradient, so I'll give this one as 100 px. Color will be same, so this will be var yellow theme main color. And also what we can give the transparent here also, and let's give this one as, for example, 120%. That's it. And now next thing what you have to do, you have to target this, we have to make changes for this particular childs. So if I just save this and if I just go back, you'll see that now this is fine, but this is looking very odd, all the icons. So what we can do, we can just make some of the changes. So for example, let's copy this whole part, and inside of this inner content we just have to paste it. That's it. And here the first thing what we can do, this one will make this one as 15% left, I'll make it as 38%. For this one let's make it as 11, and this one I'll make this one as, for example, 40. For third child we'll make this one as 12, and left we'll make this one as 40, and let's make this one as 12, and top I'll make this one as 40. Let's save this and let's see what we are getting. So I think this is fine now, or I think there is some flickering is happening. So I think what we can do, instead of 100 we can make this one as, sorry, instead of 250 we make this one as 300, and let's see how this is looking. And let's make this one as 120. Let's save this. Yeah, I think now this is fine. So this is now happening. So if I just go for larger devices, so once I'll go to see, you'll notice once I'll go more than 768 it should play. So now this is fine. So that's all about this particular about page content. So in the next video we will be start working on the skills page. So if you like this video, give a like, comment down, and please subscribe to my channel. Good luck.